Download this code and get free GPT-4o from codegive.com, link in the description below. Connecting OpenAI's API to WhatsApp can be achieved using a Python backend. In this tutorial, we'll use Flask to create a simple web server that listens for incoming messages from WhatsApp and then sends those messages to OpenAI's API. We'll also use Twilio's API to handle WhatsApp messaging. Prerequisites: 1. Python installed. Make sure you have Python installed on your machine. 2. Twilio account. Sign up for a Twilio account. https://www.twilio.com. 3. OpenAI API key. Get your API key from OpenAI. 4. ngrok. Optional. Use ngrok to expose your local server to the internet for testing. Step 1. Install required libraries. You will need the following libraries: Flask, a lightweight web framework for Python; Twilio, to interact with Twilio's API; OpenAI, to call the OpenAI API. You can install these libraries using pip. Step 2. Set up Twilio for WhatsApp. 1. Create a Twilio sandbox. Follow the instructions on the Twilio console to set up a WhatsApp sandbox. 2. Get your sandbox number. You will receive a Twilio sandbox number to use for testing. 3. Set up webhook. Configure your Twilio sandbox to send incoming messages to your Flask server endpoint, example http://your_ngrok_url/webhook. Step 3. Create the Flask server. Create a new Python file, for example, appy, and add the following code. Step 4. Run your server. If you're running this locally, you can start your Flask server by executing. Step 5. Expose your local server, optional. If you're running this locally and want to expose it to the internet, you can use ngrok. This will give you a public URL that you can use to set up your Twilio webhook. Step 6. Test your WhatsApp bot. 1. Send a message to your Twilio sandbox WhatsApp number. 2. Your Flask server should receive the message, send it to the OpenAI API, and then reply with the generated response. Example interaction: User: what's the weather like today? Bot: I'm not sure, but I can help you find that information. Would you like me to search for it? Notes and considerations. Environment variables. For security, it's better to store your API keys in environment variables instead of hard-coding them. Deployment. For production use, consider deploying your Flask application using a service like Heroku, AWS, or DigitalOcean. Handling errors. Implement error handling to manage issues with the OpenAI API or Twilio. Conclusion: you now have a basic setup for connecting OpenAI's API to WhatsApp using Python. You can extend this bot with more functionality, such as maintaining a conversation context, handling different message types, or integrating with other APIs.